explain about projectile motion. As in the earlier videos, I have already explained the motion can be parallel to Earth's surface, where you can use simple equations v is equal to u plus at and so on. Three important relations. If it is perpendicular to Earth's surface, upward or towards the Earth's surface, then you will use the same three relations, but instead of a, you will be using minus g if the body is going away from the Earth's surface, and in place of a plus g if the body is going towards the center of the Earth. But the third case, that is known as projectile motion. If you are projecting a body neither parallel or perpendicular to the Earth's surface, suppose you are projecting a body with velocity u at an angle theta, so the path or the trajectory on which the body moves will be a parabolic curve. So this motion is known as projectile motion. So if the body is thrown or is projected at an angle theta with the Earth's surface, then it will follow a trajectory that is parabolic in nature, and this motion is known as projectile motion. So one or two relations you can directly use, but I'll derive those relations. Instead, try to visualize this problem in two steps. That is, if the first case is I am throwing a stone with velocity u at an angle theta. Now what I will do is I will imagine that simultaneously I am throwing two stones. Simultaneously I am throwing two stones, one horizontal and one vertical. So suppose consider any point, say point here. So how you will realize this problem? You will imagine that, suppose consider any point on this trajectory, suppose this point. So if I am throwing, what I said, that instead of throwing one stone, I am throwing two stones simultaneously, one parallel to the Earth's surface and another perpendicular to the Earth's surface. So the common factor in these two motions is time. That means the time taken t by this horizontal stone to move this horizontal distance, say x, and the same time t will be taken by this vertical stone to travel this distance h. So this is the common point. Draw two perpendiculars. So this is h and this is x. So the common factor here is time t. Now how you will visualize these problems? You will use those three fundamental relations, that is v is equal to u plus at, s is equal to ut plus half gt square, and v square is equal to u square plus 2s. The only thing that, so you'll write simultaneously two set of equations for vertical and horizontal motion. The only common factor will be t. So first say this is the highest point. This parabola, as already you have studied, this is the vertex of the parabola and this is the height h. So suppose this distance is x. So in time t it will travel distance x, and in the same time t it will travel, this vertical stone will travel height h. So first we will write the motion for vertical stone. Since the vertical stone is going away from the Earth's surface, so this is the highest point. After that it will return back. This is the highest point. After that, this is the highest point. After that it will, that means it will return back. That means the motion can be imagined in this way. If you are throwing a single stone, it will travel in this way, then it will travel this path. So if you imagine this to be a set of two stones, in horizontal stone will travel this distance, in the same time the vertical stone will travel this distance. It will reach the highest point. Now the vertical stone will come back, in the same time the horizontal stone will travel this distance. So the time taken by this to come back from this highest point to the ground is same as the time taken by this horizontal stone to travel from the midpoint till the end of this parabola. So we will find out the height h, this distance and so on using time relation. So first, considering the vertical motion, this is the highest point. At highest point v is equal to 0, that is final velocity is equal to 0. So 0 is equal to, final velocity is 0, initial velocity is, the velocity in y direction is uy and velocity in x direction is ux. So uy 0 is equal to uy minus a is minus g t. So therefore t is equal to this uy by g. Now uy is what? If you resolve this velocity, this is u. So horizontal component ux is equal to u cos theta. This is the horizontal component, and vertical component is u sin theta. So this is uy and this is ux. So in place of ui, writing u sine theta. So u sine theta by g. So this is half the time. Similarly, the time taken by the body to come back to the ground will be t. So total time taken from here to here, you can say, or to go from here to here. So the total time of flight, capital T, is nothing but 2t, or that is 2u sine theta by g. So in this way you can solve problems. Now in order to find h, we'll use this relation. So at highest point velocity is 0, and initial velocity in y direction is uy, that is uy square minus a is g, minus g into h. So therefore h is equal to uy square by 2g, and uy is nothing but u sine theta, that is vertical component. So h is equal to u square sine square theta by 2g. So this is the height of the projectile. And third, if we have to find, if we find this distance x, and if we double it, this will be the range, the total distance over which the projectile has traveled over the horizontal distance or horizontal path, that is s. First we'll consider this. The time t taken to reach from this to this is equal to the time t taken to travel this half distance, that is x is equal to same ut plus half gt square. But in horizontal direction there is no acceleration. Remember this, in projectile motion acceleration in the vertical direction is minus g if it is going away from the surface, and plus g if it is coming towards the earth's surface. But if for the second stone, that is in horizontal motion, in a projectile motion in horizontal direction, acceleration is 0, that is ax, that is acceleration in x direction is 0. So you can say in this equation s is equal to ut plus half at square. Sorry, s is equal to ut plus half a t square. A is 0. So simply this is the simple equation. S is equal to u into t. That is, you already know that is distance traveled is equal to velocity into time if acceleration is 0. So distance traveled is this one, x. So x is equal to u. Initial velocity is ux in x direction, time t, and putting these values. So x is equal to ux is how much? Ux is u cos theta. So u cos theta into time t, that we have already found out. This is the time t, or you can say in vertical motion this is the time t. So t here is u sine theta by g. So into u sine theta by g, or x is equal to u square sine theta into cos theta by g. So x is this half distance. The total range r is double of this. So range r is equal to 2 into x. So r is equal to 2 u square sine theta cos theta by g, or this is nothing but 2 sine theta cos theta is sine 2 theta. So therefore r is equal to u square sine 2 theta by g. So this is the third relation. So instead of remembering this relation, some problems can be solved using directly these equations, but instead of this, try to solve this problem in 2 steps, vertical motion and horizontal motion. The only thing that is common is time t. Finally I'll derive the equation of this trajectory, equation of this parabola. So considering again, if you are throwing a projectile with a velocity u at an angle theta, this is the projectile motion. Considering any random distance, say this height is y at time t and this distance is x. So we'll use, so y is equal to s is equal to ut plus half gt square, the first horizontal motion. So this distance x traveled is in time t. So if you are imagining that two stones are thrown simultaneously, horizontal stone will travel x distance in time t, same vertical stone will travel this distance y in time t. So first, and as we have already I have mentioned, there is no acceleration in horizontal direction. So simply you use this relation, s is equal to velocity into time. S is distance here x, velocity is u cos theta, that is ux. This is u, this is ux, this is uy. Ux is equal to u cos theta, uy is equal to u sine theta. So u cos theta velocity into time. So from this you can calculate time. So t is equal to x by u cos theta. That means x is given, u is given, theta is given. You can find the time t to travel this distance. The same in the same time t, the vertical motion traveled or vertical distance traveled by this vertical stone will be y. So in this direction, if it is going up, then minus g, and if it is going, then plus g. So it is going upwards, so we'll be using minus g. So s is equal to ut minus half gt square. S is the distance traveled or displacement, that is y in vertical direction. U is uy, that is initial velocity in vertical direction, into t minus half gt square. So y is equal to, in place of uy you will be writing u sine theta. So u sine theta into t is how much, that we have already calculated. This is the time t, this is the time t, that is time t is the common factor. So x by u cos theta minus half g into t is x by u cos theta square. Simplifying this, you will get y is equal to, you will cancel out, x tan theta minus g x square by 2u cos theta. So this is nothing but second order equation, quadratic equation, or equation of a parabola. So this proves that the equation of this trajectory is parabola. And in order to find the velocity at any point, you can use the third relation, that is v is equal to u plus at. In vertical direction, the velocity, there will be two components, vy and vx. This is not the highest point, say somewhere here, say vy and vx. So final velocity vy is equal to initial velocity uy. A is what, minus g, because vertical motion, into t. You can use this relation vy, therefore vy is equal to, uy is what, u sine theta minus gt. This is first relation. And in second relation, uy is equal to, sorry, ux is vx is equal to ux, but acceleration in horizontal direction is 0. So that means, remember that in horizontal direction, always anywhere on the trajectory, velocity is constant, that is vx is equal to ux, that is velocity in horizontal direction is always constant. Remember this. So you know vy, vx is nothing but, that is ux. So the resultant velocity anywhere will be summation resultant of these two motions. So this is vx, this is vy, so this will be v. So v is equal to vx square plus vx square plus vy square root over. This will be the resultant velocity, and suppose this is alpha, so the direction will be tan alpha is equal to vy by vx. So you can use these relations to solve the projectile motion problems.